We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace. What's going on, guys? Welcome back. I am Van, and we are all the LFR family. Thank you so much for pulling up and clicking the play button. Hopefully you hit that like button as well. Much love to you all. Hopefully you are in great spirits. Hopefully your health is in a good place. I'm starting out a little late today because I was scheduled to take my guardian to the store today, and then she called me while I was getting ready because I was taking my time. Since I was going to go get her, I was going to go get her this morning and just take her to run her errands, which I usually do once a month. And she called me and she said, Vanny Pooh, that's what she called me. Praise the Lord, God gave us another day. That's what she says whenever she calls me. And then I say, what's going on, Diane? She said, Vanny Pooh, it's supposed to be raining a whole lot today, and I don't want you out there and while it's raining and blah 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 blah. I want you to be safe. All right. So I'm like, but Diane, it's gonna rain all this week, so we gotta get it done. I mean, we gotta go a few places, and I want to make sure you're good. I have everything I need for a few days, so I'll be fine. Okay. All right, cool. Then I'll move on with my regularly scheduled tasks, like going live, my group coaching, those type of things. But I wasn't expecting that. But then I get a phone call from my wife. She spoke to my niece. Apparently my big sister is in the hospital. She had one third of her liver removed. And she's been in the hospital for the last couple of days, and she refused to take any pain meds. She's in recovery right now, but apparently everything went well. To God be the glory. If you can just do me a favor and send up a prayer for my big sister, that would be greatly appreciated. I thank you in advance. For those of you who know a word of prayer, if you can say a prayer for my big sister, that would be appreciated. Her name is Nika. Shout out to Nika. Also, pray for the people who are going through such a tough time in Texas right now from the Texas floods. There's a bunch of young people who are still missing. Everybody on the left are doing what they're supposed to do, which is blame Trump. They're coming out of the woodwork and they're blaming Trump. Rosie O'Donnell, she came out of no daggone where, and she's blaming Trump. Everybody's blaming Trump. It's it's sad, man. It is sad. It just shows y'all where we are in this country. Like, nobody really cares about people anymore. Where's the empathy? Where's the sympathy anymore? People don't give a damn about other people. It's just an opportunity to play politics again. Like, people are literally dying, missing their children. Grown-ups are missing. Houses are floating all over the place. We can't even explain the science of it all. How a daggone river will rise 24 feet in that short of a period. That's crazy. But what people want to do is just blame people and play the blame game and see who they can pin it on so that they can use it for their benefit when it's time for them to get back in office or run for office. It's the dumbest thing in the world. How could you look at the news nowadays and think that it's genuine? How could you look at the news nowadays and believe that they got your best interests at heart? How's that possible? It blows my mind, man. It sickens me. It makes me not even want to be in this niche. I told y'all before when I did my video last week, last weekend. Was it over the weekend? And I was just saying that that it's time. If you haven't seen that video, please go look at it. But that was the God honest truth, man. It seemed like Elon Musk is playing games. Elon Musk is playing games trying to get people on his side for whatever interest that he has going on. And Elon he's still a cool guy, but it's like he's playing tug of war right now, trying to see who's most popular or who has the biggest dingling between him and Trump. And it's trash, bro. Like, read the room, Elon. Read the room. This dude is going out of his way to establish an America first, an America, what you call it, party, an America party, when the America party already exists. I don't know if Elon Musk realizes this, and he does. I think he do. He's smart as hell. He knows this. You got the Republicans, you got the Democrats, and you have MAGA. You have the Republicans, you got the Democrats, and you have MAGA. MAGA is the America party. MAGA is the America First party. They clearly, that's what got them in trouble for being America first. Everybody wanted them to be everyone first. What about the immigrants? What about Palestine? What about Iran? What about Ukraine? Like, they want America to put their lives on the line, their dollars on the line, their people out there for all these other countries, and put us in the back burner, like make us a second or third or fourth thought. MAGA is the America First party. But Elon Musk is just trying to throw some salt in the game. Y'all need to pull it together. Y'all need to pull it together. Just because there was a red wave in 2024 don't mean that it's going to happen in 2026 and 2028. Y'all need to band together and do what the hell you got to do to get things done. First off, stop all of the infighting. Stop all of the bitching that y'all are doing. Stop all of the positioning, the jockeying for position, wanting to be the most popular. It's all full of sugar honey iced tea, bro. Like, I don't know about y'all, but I'm tired of it. It's some trash. Like, for somebody who was finally showing some interest in politics, this is not what I want to see. This is more on the lines of WWE. This is more on the lines of some Hollywood BS. I don't want to see this. This does not help us at all. Now you got people like Rosie O'Donnell, who moved all the way to Ireland. So she's no longer an American citizen. She don't want to be involved. But as soon as something happens that she can pin on Trump, she pops up. She cuts her camera on, put her ugly ass face in the camera, and say some things that are supposed to be encouraging to Americans, but all she wants to do is discourage us, because she wants to say that our president is the reason for sugar honey iced tea hitting the fan in Texas. Like, this dude is the reason why they're flooding over there. He's the reason why it's flooding in North Carolina. He's the reason why DOJ decided, well, he might be, I don't know. He might be the reason why DOJ decided to pull those daggone Ep files and not show us a damn thing and say case closed. That whole thing is stupid, man. That whole thing is foolish. I don't get it. I don't get it, man. That's just me, though. I'm not going to start doing a whole bunch of arguing and whatnot, because I'm trying to be respectful. I know a lot of you guys absolutely adore everything, every single hair on Trump's body. And if you say anything that leans toward him looking bad, like in the case of this Epstein case, man, please, these dudes look like some trash right now. They look like some trash. The whole administration look like some trash right now. I'm not blaming Trump. I'm not blaming Kash Patel. I'm not blaming Pam Bondi. I'm not blaming one person. I thought that big, bad, America First, MAGA president was going to get it popping and get it done. It did not get done. They closed the case. They don't want to charge anybody. They're saying that it was a suicide. Come on, bro. It's a whole bunch of stuff that they're saying, and in my opinion, they're doing nothing but covering their asses. How did he get released with no RICO charges? Nobody's connected to any other things that he was being charged for. This dude was being charged for trafficking persons. Why in the hell would that even be on the, why would that be something that he's being charged for if it's not a possibility of him going down for it? If there's not people in play that lean toward him trafficking people. But guess what? They got rid of that too. And then right after they got rid of that, we passed the big, beautiful bill, and now they got rid of the Epstein files. Please make that make sense. Somebody make that make sense. Just from the point of view, the periphery of someone who wants to know exactly what's going on. That's it. That's it. Guys, please do me a favor. Hit the like button, man. Hit the like button. The likes have been lackluster as of late. I have not really been asking for them, but hit the like button. Also, shout out to everybody who has been purchasing the YouTube course that's inside of the very first link in the descriptions under my YouTube video. I have to say that because I'm on Kick, I'm on X, I'm on Twitch, and I'm on YouTube right now at the same time. And for all of you guys who decide to start a podcast or decide to do to be in this YouTube game, make sure that when you go live on all platforms. All platforms. You cannot just depend on one. Why? I tried that. Didn't serve me well. Did not serve me well at all. So just want to let y'all know, if you go live, make sure you lock in all of your platforms. And use StreamYard too. I like to use StreamYard. Some people use EVMux. Some people use Ecamm. Some people use OBS, Streamlabs. Use whatever you want to use. Whatever tickles your fancy. Whatever's best for you and what you're doing. But I will say that StreamYard is pretty easy. It's pretty simple. All right? Don't say I never told you anything that will help your content creation, because that right there has turned things around for me like crazy. It made things easier, but it also made things too easy. Sometimes when things are too easy, you start to do it, go a little too hard without any structure, and that will end up kicking you in your back pockets. All right? We got a lot to talk about today. This is the Morning Vantage, episode number 56. Episode number 56. I would love for you guys to hit the like button so that we can move forward. We got a couple of things to talk about. We're going to talk about the Texas flood. We're going to talk about DOJ dropping the ball again and constantly making us promises. We're going to talk about a few other things as well, but we're also going to talk about content creation. And if you have any questions, please feel free to hang out to the end, and I will leave you some time to pull up on stage and ask me any questions that you may have, okay? Hopefully you guys had an amazing weekend. And please, again, guys, anybody who have a word of prayer on their heart, if you have a relationship with God, don't pray for me and my family if you don't have a relationship with God, okay? Praying is not like, oh, man, I feel sorry for you. Let me just go ahead and send one up to whoever's out there that can bless you. Let me pray to the trees right quick and to the universe. Nah, we don't need that. If you have a relationship with God, if you can pray for me and my family right now, that would be absolutely amazing. My big sister right now, she just now had surgery, had a third of her her liver removed, and because she had a tumor that was growing on it, and they got it off, removed it and everything, and her knucklehead tail is refusing to take any pain meds. Yeah, she's refusing to take any pain meds. And I get it because I'm the same way. I'm the same way. Let's talk about Elon Musk. That's the first thing I want to talk about. Let's talk about Elon Musk. Reason why I want to talk about Elon Musk is because I think he has a real axe to grind with Trump. But my whole issue with Elon is that he's doing it in a way that seems like he's trying to grandstand. He's doing it in a way that seems like he is trying to go up against the party that he put so much effort into supporting. This dude lost a whole lot of supporters. He lost a whole lot of money through Tesla. Of course, he's going to be a little pissed off right now. And I believe he is blaming Trump and the MAGA party, the MAGA movement, for all of his woes. Not really taking into account that he decided to put himself out there to be to allow X to be a free flowing platform for people to actually have conversations. Elon, you didn't do anything wrong when you did that, bro. Like, we were literally being censored. Freedom of speech was being taken from us. We needed that platform, and you helped a lot. But don't get so big-headed and believing that you are the reason why somebody crossed the finish line, bro. You do not have the same magnetism that Trump has. You don't have the same leadership of people that Trump has. You're still brilliant. Obviously, you're a phenomenal businessman, but all the BS you're doing right now is undermining the movement that you help curate. You help this, bro. And for you to try to stab it in the back, you're stabbing yourself in the back. That's something that you don't realize. That's something that Elon does not realize. All right, so let me go to this. Let me go to this right quick. Please hit the like button, guys, if y'all have not already. That does definitely help the algorithm on YouTube, just to show that we are trying to do what we said we was going to do. All right. All right. So let's go to this Elon post that I came across right here. And it has something to do with Pam Bondi, Cash Patel, all these other things, man. Y'all let me know whatever y'all want me to know in the comments. Here we go. All right. So you see this right here. The official Jeffrey Epstein pedophile arrest counter. What's the time? Oh, look. It's no one has been arrested o'clock again. It's no one has been arrested o'clock again. Now, I'm with you in trying to make sure that there's some accountability being held. I'm with you in making sure that somebody is being held to account. But exactly who are you blaming, sir? The Hodge twin says they want us to believe that 40-room mansion and all those trafficked kids were just for Epstein. They trying to make us believe that his right-hand man, which is a woman who's also been arrested, got 30 years in jail, that she was just trying to bring people out there just for him, that these was his own private treats. These kids are just for you, Ep. We're going to take them, and there's nobody to sell them to. It's nobody you're doing this for. It's nobody else that partook in any of this. There's no other politicians that are on camera doing anything with those kids. Just you, Ep. That's it. Just you. That's BS. This is something that you will see in the movies when they're tying up loose ends. And I hate to equate this to a movie, but I watch a lot of them. My wife and I, we watch a lot of movies. We watched a lot of great movies as of late. And my wife knows that there's only two things that I need to see in a movie that will make it a great movie. And that's killing and titties. That's it. That's all I want to see. Most of the movies we've seen as of late, we've seen a lot of killing. And we didn't see any titties, none. We actually seen none, actually, in the last 4 to 5 movies that we've seen. But they were all great movies, either way. But what we're seeing right now, and don't judge me, I can see y'all judge me right now. I'm talking about what I see on movies, god dang it. All right? All right. So this is what we're seeing right now. So he's trying to hold the Trump administration accountable for there not being any arrests. On this part, I actually agree with Elon Musk on this part. I actually agree with Elon on this part. There should be some arrest. There's none. Absolutely no arrest. There's no arrest. Like none. None. Forget Elon Musk trying to grandstand. Forget Elon Musk trying to be the most popular kid in class again. Forget Elon Musk trying to start his own party because MAGA wouldn't do what he wanted them to do. The one big beautiful bill, he disagreed with it and he wanted to go a different direction. Forget all of that. This post right here is 1,000% spot on. There has not been one arrest. our big bad FBI, our big bad DOJ, our big bad. We run everything right now. The conservative party the conservative side run everything right now. Everything. Why is there not a daggone arrest? Why is there no arrest? I know we supposed to be beefing with Elon Musk right now because of the BS, the way that he's handling things right now. How he's gung-ho to taking down Trump and trying to prove that he's bigger. All it is a dick measuring competition. We all know that. Bro, you got 14, 15 kids. Okay? Nobody even cares whether or not your dingling is bigger than Trump's. But at the end of the day, you look foolish trying to daggone compare yourself to him. You look foolish. And a lot of you guys are meat riding Elon too. I see that. A lot of y'all are switching. Don't switch sides. It wasn't Elon out there giving those speeches. It wasn't Elon out there rallying the troops, getting people to come along for one daggone mission to put America first. It wasn't Elon doing that. It was Trump doing that. It was Trump that was trying to get everybody to focus on our country first. Why? Because other countries focus on them first. Other countries focus on themselves first. Why you think Ukraine is fighting Russia right now? Because Ukraine is focusing on Ukraine right now. And Russia is focusing on Russia. Israel is focusing on Israel. Iran is focusing on Iran. That's how that goes. What are we supposed to do? Like, I get it. We're powerful. We will whoop all these countries' ass. We got all the nukes in the world. We are the most beautiful, wealthiest, freest nation there is right now. Okay, and that means that we supposed to go out of our way to protect and serve around the entire daggone country, around the entire nation, around the entire world? No, we're not. We're responsible for 330 plus million people that live in this nation right here, who are citizens of this country right here. That's who we're responsible for. So that's the part that I disagree and I break off from with Elon, because the whole grandstanding thing is BS. You look childish, bro. And don't try to blame it on your autism. Don't try to blame it on your quirks. We all get it. You're weird. So are all of us. All of us are weird in our own way. But dude, what you need to realize is that you're trying to grandstand and bring down somebody that helped lift up your brand, that helped build up your brand, bro. The same way you helped Trump, he helped you. So won't you get on a horn with your friend, somebody that you rock with, somebody that you allowed your son, X, to hang out with by himself on a daggone on the president's plane and in the Oval Office? Won't you give him some grace? Call him. See if y'all can work something out. Figure out what's going on behind the scenes and then report to us on that. Bring us some information that we don't already have. We all can see that there's no arrest being made. We all can see that. But you're not bringing anything new to the table. And for that, you look like an asshole. And for anybody who jumps ship and start running with Elon because I agree with him. Trump is this, that, and the other. Trump is this. Let me tell y'all this. People that's running for president are supposed to make huge, grandiose promises. They make robust promises, and some of them plan on keeping those promises, and some of them do not. Trump planned on keeping those promises. Trump thought that if I put my people, Pam Bondi, Dan Bongino, Kash Patel, the whole Avengers, if I put the Avengers in position, they will be able to get some things done. Well, after they met up at the White House and came out holding up their little white binders and wearing MAGA hats, and it was all a show, we was questioning them then, like, what the hell is going on? When are we going to see something? Then Pam Bondi starts doing interviews saying, I got a lot of information on my desk. We just need to go through it. We got gigs and gigs and gigs, gigabytes of information, and it will be released soon. You guys will get the viewing of a lifetime to let y'all know that what we're saying about Jeff Ep is absolutely the truth. We meant what we were saying. Well, right now, y'all look just as weak as the Biden administration in this regard. Just in this one. Not to say that Trump and the Trump administration isn't getting anything done. They clearly are. They're getting a lot done. A lot. But for some strange reason, this one right here continues to escape us. Why is that? We just got questions. Why is that? I got questions anyway. That's my questions. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Vantage, episode number 56. We are talking our sugar honey iced tea, probably stirring up some things, but at the end of the day, I'm not apologizing. I got questions and I got comments. And I'm not trying to take Trump's shine like Elon Musk is. I'm not trying to be in a dick measuring competition. What's the point of that? I actually want to see things get done. That's why I voted for him. I thought that things was going to get done. Are things getting done? In their own way, yeah. In their own way, absolutely. They're getting done. In other ways, not so much. And then we have the Diddy trial that was just a big ass show. Like, what was the whole point of the Diddy trial? Have you guys seen this right here? Y'all let me know whatever y'all want me to know in the comments, man. Don't forget to hit that like button, share this bad boy. People need to see what's going on.
Diddy was found not guilty on all major charges. So let's have a look at the prosecutor. Her name is Maureen Comey, the daughter of ex-FBI Director James Comey. Maureen was also the prosecutor in the Jeffrey Epstein case, where he allegedly killed himself. So if Diddy is the Jeffrey Epstein of the entertainment industry, then we know that his tapes have leverage with the system. This was a show trial. They didn't even bring in Christina Coram, who was Diddy's right-hand woman for 8 years. She helped organize these freak-off parties. She was like the Ghislaine Maxwell for Jeffrey Epstein. But at the end of the day, let's not get riled up by this news cycle. It's a small club with dirt on each other, and thankfully, we ain't in that club. So let's not focus on Diddy. He's just an asset. It's this corrupt system that's held together by blackmail that needs.
All right, so at the end of the day, here's what I surmise. This is a popularity contest. It's a whole bunch of people who rub elbows and shoulders. It's about money. Is a men's club. They don't care about women. They don't care about children. I said it, and I'm gonna say it again. They do not care about women, nor do they care about children. I can listen. If Diddy is only guilty, I'm talking about in real life. If he's only guilty of having freak-offs with other adults, I ain't got no issue with that. Like, go and freak off. Clearly, y'all not trying to make it into the pearly gates of heaven. So who am I to go into the devil's den and tell y'all how to act? When I got of age and I've been to a couple of strip clubs, I made a decision in my early 20s that this is not the place for me. I don't like strip clubs. I don't like this. It feels like I'm in the darkest place that I can possibly be. It feels like I'm in the devil's playhouse. Like, you got all these women up there, 90% naked, sometimes 100%, putting their little body parts in your face so you can throw a doll at them. And then they move on to the next man like they're drugged up. And it's just ridiculous. Like, what's the point of it? Well, this is the world that they're in. This is their world. Lil Diddy Diddy's son, Combs, King Combs is what he called himself. This dude just now had a huge party in DC. A huge party in DC. On 14th and K Street. It's a club called 14th and Park, right? He just now had a huge party. All he did was put on his flyers a bunch of beautiful women that was half naked. And that's it. The dude can barely rap. He can barely rap. He looked like his dad, very skinny like me. And all he's doing is saying, I'm going to have a bunch of naked women. There was a line wrapped around the entire block. Now, if you've ever been to been downtown DC before, you would know that those blocks are fairly large. The blocks are big. And the line was wrapped around the block. Park 14 is not even that freaking big, the club alone. Let's get back to Diddy, though. So everybody know that Diddy was going to be released. All of the major players in this whole case were never brought into the courtroom to be questioned. None of the major players. All of the celebrities that were on those tapes, all of the celebrities that we knew were at his home after hours when there were supposed to be children around and all these drugs and all this other stuff and guns and whatnot. Bruh, none of them had to be called to the stands. None of them were subpoenaed. None of them testified. And he's going scot-free for what? For prostitution? Because he flew in some people to come, that he flew in some escorts. What? What about the case that he actually was found guilty for, where he had to pay one of the young ladies $30 million, the one that he got caught on camera, dragging by her damn hair, kicking her, punching her, not letting her leave, holding her hostage? That's called kidnapping. She pressed charges. Then she pressed charges again so he not be released. They just got rid of everything. Everything that would bring down other people, they got rid of them. If it was a charge that would connect him to another politician, that would connect him to another high-ranking celebrity that got lawyers that could whoop their ass, bro, it was all done. All of this is a distraction from what's going on around the world. All of this is a distraction from what's going on here in our nation. And we just play along. We just get our popcorn and we start gossiping about it. And we start speculating, thinking that we know what's about to happen. And the whole time we don't know sugar, honey, iced tea. We don't know a damn thing. And they prefer it that way. Pam Bondi, do you think she really thought she had something that she was going to be showing us? Or do you think she was buying time and lying to our faces? Do you think she was doing it by herself? Or do you think this came from the top? Do you think there was ever a chance in hell that Diddy would go down on RICO charges and that Jay-Z would get locked up and Beyonce would get locked up and every other politicians that were over there a lot, like the Obamas, like they would start to be questioned? Do you think that this was actually going to grow into something like that? Are we really that gullible? Clearly we are. Clearly we are. We had people doing actual breakdowns and doing hour-long breakdowns. Candace got like hundreds of millions of views from breaking down what exactly is happening and what's going to happen, and her speculations from her investigation and all this other stuff, and not a damn thing happened. Fox News, where you at? CNN, where you at? None of these major news networks, y'all didn't help out at all. All y'all do is hurry up and wait for the information that we receive as well, and then y'all report it. These people are protected, man. Money rules the world. Money runs all of this. How in the hell not one person is being arrested from the Epstein case? After all of these years, how in the world nobody else is being arrested from the Diddy trials? After the feds ran up in his house, took all of his tapes and his equipment, broke down all of his walls and tore down all of his furniture in his rooms, acting like they was looking for something big, looking for some drugs, some guns, some people. There was a time where they were saying that there was tunnels leaving his house, going to other people's houses, millionaire mansions that all connected at the bottom of the daggone ground, and it ran to Michael Jackson's. Come, bruh, they're feeding us whatever the hell they want to feed us, and we just this need a little bit more salt. I'm gonna dip mine. I'm gonna dip some biscuits in mine. All of us are fed the same damn BS gravy. Someone asks, why did they even target Diddy? Who knows? Who knows how they picked their guinea pigs? Who knows who was running the entire show? Who did Diddy work for? Who does Diddy work for? Is he a CIA asset? Is he an FBI asset? No one knows. What is Pam Bondi saying? What is Cash Patel saying? What is Trump saying? What is anybody saying? What can we take to the bank? We are still stuck with nothing but speculation. We don't know sugar, honey, iced tea about nothing. And then they had a closed trial. When do they ever do that? They had a closed trial for this. And all we're seeing is pictures and cartoon draw-ups and people coming out the court telling us what happened. It was all a show. It was almost like it was to boost social media economy. And that's all it was for. Thank you so much for the super chain Statin 2033. Van stepping in the sugar honey iced tea, coming out smelling like a rose based on truth. Love you, big dog. Keep on keeping on. I appreciate that, big dog. Thank you so much, man. All I want to know is some truths. We got some big, powerful people in office, man. We got some big, powerful people with great, powerful lawyers, and they supposed to know everything, yet they don't know a damn thing. Please make that make sense. How in the world we take over the FBI, CIA, we take over the entire thing? It's red, it's a sea of red. Everybody's MAGA. We got the Avengers in place. We about to make sure that all T's are crossed, all I's are dotted. We are going to know everything from here on out. And guess what we know? Pop quiz. If anybody can guess this, I got $13 for you. What do we know after all of this stuff? All of this speculation, all of this money spent, all of these lies we've been told. We've been told a whole bunch of lies. Stop thinking that these people are being held up by some higher power. Oh, their hands are tied. They can't do anything. Their hands are tied. Their hands aren't tied. They can do whatever the hell they want. We can have somebody in trial after all this. Epstein unalived himself unalived himself in what year? What year was that? That Epstein unalived himself? And we still don't know a thing? We still don't know it. We don't know anything. Diddy, his family, his house was ran in. His whole mansions, all of his mansions was ran in. All of his furniture thrown, walls being broken down. They're looking for all these videotapes and guns and drugs. And we don't know a thing. We don't know nothing. Not a thing. We just sitting here looking dumb because we believed the whole thing. We were playing along. We wanted to know more. Ooh, they're about to really bring him down now. Did y'all hear that such and such was caught on them tapes? Did you see this person was on them tapes? We seeing all these little rituals being played in the house. People dressed up in white and they pouring blood on the floor, and they got bodies on the table with apples in their mouth, and they taking. The biggest thing that came from this is that they took thousands of bottles of baby oil from Diddy. That's the biggest thing that got, and now we know his business that he's a cuck. Ooh, breaking news. From this entire trial, all we know is that Diddy is a cuck. He's a freaky cuck. That's all we know. He likes to pay to see another man slay his woman. He liked to secretly bed other rappers, men. He liked to turn them out and videotape it and audio tape it. Y'all better stop saying that Beyonce ain't got no power, because obviously she does. Because apparently Jay-Z was heavily tied into this whole thing. But when you got so much pull, where you're now business partners with NFL owners, like NFL team owners, when you're that big, you're protected. You are protected. Have you guys heard about all of the cameras that were inside of the Washington Redskins bathrooms and locker rooms, right above freaking toilets in women's bathrooms? Y'all didn't hear anything about that, did you? That stuff gets swept under the rug. These billionaires are protected. They just move on, sell the company, make some money, and their lives are cool. They just coast from there. They just go ahead on to their next move. Jay-Z is protected. Diddy is protected. Everybody on the Ep files protected. Everybody on the Diddy list and the people that get these special invites to his parties at 3 to 4 o'clock, 3 to 8 o'clock in the morning, or 24-hour parties, they're protected. And we just sitting here twiddling our daggone thumbs, thinking that we about to find out something that's gonna be juicy. Oh man, they really about to come out with something. All the Diddy trial proved is that if you have money, you are untouchable. 1,000%, Alan. You are untouchable. Now let's talk about this whole Texas flood thing. Our thoughts and our prayers go out to all of the victims of this Texas flood. But check this out. I mean, a lot of the people were saved. People were giving their lives, trying to save their families. It was a lot going on with that. But can you believe that this one lady played the race card? She's not even involved. She's not a victim of it or nothing. Her name is Sade Perkins.
Y'all called the fucking news on me.
Listen.
Y'all called the fucking news on me.
Now, this lady right here decided from the Texas flood, she decided to make it a race issue. She decided to point out the fact, because right now, I'm gonna let y'all know, a lot of black people, and I have to say this, a lot of black people this year boycotted 4th of July. A lot of them boycotted 4th of July. Meaning, they still played with fireworks, but they did not say happy 4th of July. They believe that this is the white man's day of celebration. This is the white man's day of independence. This is the slave owner's day of independence. This is the oppressor's day of independence. And it has nothing to do with black people. The dumbest shit I ever heard in my life. Excuse me, sugar honey iced tea. We're going to go ahead and edit that part out. Yeah. We're going to keep the sugar honey iced tea part, but we're going to edit out the poop part, the S-H-I-T word. The dumbest thing I ever heard in my life. Dumbasses. All because Dr. Umar want to get out there and say, brothers, my brothers and sisters, I better not find out one of y'all are out there celebrating 4th of July. Don't be the coon celebrating this white man, this oppressor's Independence Day. This Independence Day ain't got nothing to do with the black man. They were still slaving us. They were still beating us. They were still graping us. They were still blah, blah, blah. They were still They were still They were still. What bothers me is this. This is what bothers me. What bothers me is this. Dr. Umar is an educator. He knows the history of this country. He knows that if we had not won back our independence in 1865, bro, we would still be under French rule. We would still be enslaved. It would be so much going on with us, and it wouldn't be everything would be out of our hands. I'm mumbling my words right now. I'm trying to think of the right things to say, but I think it's all BS. But I want y'all to see this lady right here. She's doing exactly what Dr. Umar and all the other black people that want to, and the white people, all the white racist ass people, because it is some white racist people. It's some black racist ass people out there, because it is. It's some Hispanic racist ass people out there, because it is. But racism is the smallest thing to even focus on right now. We have our freedoms. We have our freedoms. We have our liberties. Do what Rosie O'Donnell did and move your ass over to Ireland. But don't be like Rosie O'Donnell and think that she still got to dip her toe in American business, because she don't. She gave up those rights. She said she's no longer American, the same way she said that she's no longer, okay, you know what? I'm going to stay away from the LGBT situation. But I want y'all to see this right here. What this young lady did is just ridiculous. Her name is Sade Perkins. Check this out.
I know I'm probably going to get canceled for this, but Camp Mystic is a whites-only girls' Christian camp. They don't even have a token Asian. They don't have a token black person. It is a all-white, white-only, conservative Christian camp. If you ain't white, you ain't right, you ain't getting in, you ain't going.
So basically, if it's an all-white school, why are we concerned about them? If it's an all-white school and the white people decided to vote in this fascist, racist Hitler of a President Trump, then why do we care about these white victims, is what she's saying.
Period. And I think that context needs to be said in this matter. It's not to say that we don't want the girls to be found, whatever girls that are missing or whatever right now, but you best believe, especially in today's political climate, if this were a group of Hispanic girls, especially with them being in East Texas, it should be most likely Hispanic. If this were a group of Hispanic girls out there, this would not be getting this type of coverage that they're getting. No one would give a fuck. And all these white people, the parents of these little girls, would be saying things like they need to be deported, they shouldn't have been here in the first place, and yada yada yada. So before y'all come at me, before y'all start leaving hate comments on my page about, oh, these are just kids and they don't know no better, the parents of these children who are choosing, and it is a choice in 2025, it is definitely a freaking choice to go into East goddamn Texas and to make a all-white enclave, exclusionary just for white people, with all the black people in East Texas, with all the Hispanic people in East Texas. Somehow, some way, you have carved out an all-white, whites-only enclave in East Texas for your white children. Yeah, I have a problem with that.
Why do you have a problem with that, you dumbass? Have you ever heard of an HBCU before? Hold on. Now, I do realize why HBCUs had to come into place in the first place. I'm not dumb. I get it. We need to establish certain places where we can have an education. We can get our own education without having to deal with certain rules and regulations that will make us feel like we're undermined, underappreciated, undervalued, so forth and so on. I get that. But, we adore our HBCUs, black colleges and universities. And so do I. All right. Two of my kids graduated from PWIs, predominantly white institutions. And two of my kids, my two youngest, are, one of them already graduated from an HBCU, the same one that me and my wife went to, the same one that my big brother and a bunch of my friends went to, because that was just the school that a lot of us was going to. I don't know why, but it just was a school a lot of us going to. So when you have a white school, it's a problem. But when you got a black school, it's not a problem. But then when you go and tell these black bastards that white people, white billionaires own these black colleges and universities, they don't want to believe you. They don't want to believe it at all. When you tell them that they also own, that the Masons are the reasons behind the Divine Nine, you know, the AKAs and the Deltas and the Sigma Alpha blah, blah, blahs, all of these sororities and fraternities that we love, and we get jumped in, and we get hazed, and we love that be on a line and doing our little cute dances and following the rules of whoever's trying to tell us what to do, that we completely give up the fact that we are serving one God. We start to serve false gods, and we are mostly Christians, and we go into these divine nines not even wanting to hear any of this. Don't get me started. So basically, this lady is saying, if it was a black school, then they wouldn't care. If it was a Hispanic school, then they wouldn't care. How in the hell you know? That's all speculation. You don't know that. You don't know that. There are still people today that will say to you that if Hurricane Katrina would have hit New Orleans the way it did, and it was only white people in that area, that all of them would have been saved. How the hell you know that? Please tell me how you know it. Tell me how you so much of a genius that you know these things. It's just a stupid argument. Dumbass. Sade Perkins. That's her name. You are stupid as hell. Don't try to be all negative and come for me and try to cancel me. I'm just pointing out the facts. No, you're pointing out some BS. There are children still missing. Whether they're white, black, Hispanic, gray, blue, yellow, green, it don't matter. They are missing. It's children who haven't even been able to start their lives yet. They haven't been able to make any mistakes yet. There are no generations coming behind them because it ends with them if we can't find them. Their color does not matter. Their race does not.
I have a big problem with that. Once again, this is no shade to the girls. I hope they all get found. But once again, y'all have to understand the climate that we're living in. They want you to have sympathy for these people. They want you to get out of your bed and to come out of your home and to go find these people and to donate your money to go find these people. Meanwhile, they are deporting your family members.
Oh,
Meanwhile,
Lord.
they're setting up concentration
Lord.
camps and prisons for your family members. And I need y'all to keep that in mind before y'all get out there and put on your rain boots and go find these little girls.
Okay, so before you go out there and find these little girls, you need to know that they would not go this hard and be this nice and be this kind or caring or loving if it were black people. If it were a bunch of black girls, they would not care. If it were a bunch of Hispanic people, they wouldn't care. They would try to deport them. They will hope that they drown, and they would probably go looking for them so that they can finish off what the Lord has started with the flood. How evil can you be? You are just an evil person.
I wasn't going to post anymore, but I think it's really funny how my little voice and my little 7,000 followers has garnered enough attention to where y'all want me to make a public statement. And I gave one. I definitely gave one. Wouldn't have been my first time having a news interview. If you look up my name, and I'm sure y'all have seen it, I have, tons of news articles written about me and the work that I've done. So, okay.
Don't nobody give a damn about you or the work you've done. We're looking at your heart. You got a dark, demonic heart. You got a dark, demonic heart. Your speculation and your fake ass math is not math and it's not adding up, and we're not here for it. You got a very dark heart. Before y'all go out there and save these white girls, just think to yourself, would you do the same if they were black girls? Would you do the same if they were brown girls? I bet you wouldn't do the same if they were brown girls.
She asked me for a statement. I gave her one, and I told her what it was. And I think that this is like, on one hand, it's definitely funny because I'm over here kikiing for sure, but do not negate the fact, all right? These are white people using their white power, all right, to try to bring me down, I guess. But the fact that it's just not working is even more hilarious. Y'all have called Princeton. Mind you, my fellowship with Princeton was 2 years ago. The work that I did is already done, and the money that I've been paid has already been paid and spent. So that's done. So reaching out to them is doing absolutely nothing.
All right, so basically what she's saying is that y'all tried to get me fired, and it didn't even work. Y'all tried to get me fired. It didn't work. Y'all tried to scandalize my name. It didn't work. Y'all tried to take me down for no reason. It didn't work. Young lady, it was for a reason. You were very, very negative. Or as I say, negative. You was extremely negative, in my opinion. And I'm not taking that back. Call it how you want. Shouldn't nobody have to call your job or try to get you fired for saying anything. That was all you. Like, you stepped outside of you the one that came forward and said all of those negative things. That's you. And you feel good about it? How do you feel good about that? These are kids that are missing, and all you see is white kids. And because they're white, you don't give a damn. This is when people lack God's love. This is when it all stops, it all ends. They give in to whatever the world is saying. It's selling to them, and they start believing the hype. And I just now saw something online that she actually was terminated. So hold on one second. Let me see. Where is it? Let me see. Sade Perkins. Let me put this out here. Let me see. All right, here it is right here, actually. Here's some news right here that shows that she was actually because she was just bragging. All that money was already spent. I already spent all that money. I got a bag from Princeton already. I got this from Princeton. Apparently, she did get fired. And hold on, let me see. Camp Mystic is a white girls' school only. And then apparently she did get fired. Let me see. This Sade Perkins doubling down. Sad, man. This is sad, bro. This is sad, man. This is how people really look at it. This is really how people look at it. And they assume, y'all want me to tell y'all why people are so gung-ho on believing that the color of your skin matters, and based off of the color of your skin, that's where your heart lies. It's because they themselves are demonic, and what they're doing is projecting. They believe that if you think anything like them, or if you feel anything like they feel, or if you move any way that they move, then you are as demonic and hateful as they are. And then when they find out that you're not that hateful, they get pissed off. When they find out that you actually care, they feel like, oh, you think you better than me. That's just your white privilege. That's just your white power. It's the weakest thing ever. It's the weakest thing ever, man. It's the weakest thing ever. But let's talk about your girl. So your girl came out, Rosie O'Donnell. Rosie O'Donnell came out. She had to show her gorgeous face. She's back on the scene. This is what she has to say about the flood. And y'all already know who she's blaming. If you don't know, go ahead and guess. Go ahead. Pop quiz. Who you think she's blaming?
And what a horror story in Texas. The flash floods in Texas. The Guadalupe River. 51 missing. 51 dead. More missing. Children at a camp. And you know, when the president guts all of the early warning systems and the weathering forecast abilities of the government, these are the results that we're going to start to see on a daily basis, because he's put this country in so much danger by his horrible, horrible decisions and this ridiculously immoral bill that he just signed into law. As Republicans cheered.
All right, so here's the thing. She did a 1 minute long video, and she want us to believe that she actually give a damn about these children. She spent 30 seconds, if that, talking about the children. Hold on, let's see how long she talks about the children and shows her empathy. This is how you know somebody's real agenda behind what they're doing. Her whole purpose of posting this video was not to show that she cares, she gives a damn about these children, that she wants them to be found, that she's so sad and hurt and just concerned about these babies. Her whole point of this video was to attack Trump. So everything leading up to that was complete BS. It was fake, phony, all of that.
And what a horror story in Texas. The flash floods in Texas. The Guadalupe River. 51 missing. 51 dead. More missing. Children at a camp. And you know, when the president guts all of the early warning systems.
15 seconds. 15 seconds. 15 seconds. Her video is 1 minute and 11 seconds. She spent 15 seconds letting us know what she is talking about, what she's concerned about, where her heart is so hurt over these children. And then she goes into talking about Trump gutting things in the big, beautiful bill that had something to do with these children being unalived. 15 seconds.
Camp. And you know, when the president guts all of the early warning systems and the weathering forecast abilities of the government, these are the results that we're going to start to see on a daily basis, because he's put this country in so much danger by his horrible, horrible decisions and this ridiculously immoral bill that he just signed into law. As Republicans cheered, people will die as a result, and they've started already.
You see this right here? This is called playing politics. This is called not giving a damn about the people who are actual victims of the catastrophe. She can care less. She don't give a good goddamn about these children whatsoever. Look at her looking into the camera, trying to be as serious as possible. It's because of Trump. It's because he got rid of the weather system where they can't tell us that there's a flood coming. Trump said, forget the news. You cannot report if it's a flood anymore. So because he said that, these children are gone. And Republicans are cheering. Conservatives are cheering. Rosie, I haven't seen one conservative cheer about what's happening in Texas yet. Dumbass. Just this fakeness is what gets me. It's so damn disingenuous. It kills me, man. And I bet a lot of people on the left that know her, that love her, that respect her, that have the same ideology as her, they love the fact that she put it out there this way. They love it. They saying, well, this wouldn't have happened if it weren't for Trump doing whatever he did to the weather system. He did something to the weather system. I think he gutted the weather system. He took the weather system out. I think in the one big beautiful bill, he told the news to stop reporting the weather. That's what he said. He said, we're going to stop reporting the weather because we need to save that money to get rid of the illegals.
Shame on him. Shame on every GOP sycophant who's listening and following the disastrous decisions of this mentally incapacitated POTUS.
Enjoy Ireland, bro. Like, just enjoy Ireland. You don't give a damn about what goes on in this country. Stop faking like you do. You do not. She can care less about what goes on in this country. Thank you, Gary Baines. Thank you, Rhonda. Appreciate you. These people are miserable and evil. Yes, she is. Most certainly. All the money in the world, living the life she wants to live, just as gay as she want to be, and don't seem gay at all. Gay is supposed to be happy, right? So the synonym of gay is happy. Something that I never seen Rosie O'Donnell. I never seen her happy, but I always seen her as gay, which makes no sense at all. It's an oxymoron. She don't even match the word that she gives herself. She is miserable AF. I'm not going to say the AF part, but I'm sure y'all know what it is. She is a miserable person. Mr. Info 5000, you're absolutely right. Miserable and evil. And just looking for somebody to put the blame on. These people get on my damn nerves, bro. I swear they get on my nerves. They get on my nerves, man. Here's a story of, well, no. I'm not even going to play that. Not even going to play that. Not even going to play it. This thing it's just sad, man. Here's something I wanted to show you guys. All right. So, when I was growing up in Southeast DC, shout out to everybody who pulled up. Make sure you hit that like button if you haven't already, guys. I appreciate y'all being with me in the Morning Vantage episode number 56. I appreciate that. All right, let's move on. All right, so when I grew up in Southeast, right, my big brother, being that we were in a bad neighborhood, he was like a neighborhood bully. Shout out to Big Donnie, man. Shout out to Donnie. He wanted to make sure that I was going to be all right. I'm this skinny kid. I love everybody. I don't like getting in trouble. I just want to play, find some peace, and be accepted by the community. That's all I wanted to do. Why? Because here I am living with my cousin, Diane, the one that I get with once a month and take her to run her errands. I'm living with her, and all of my friends all have their mother and their fathers in their homes. I didn't know many people who were adopted back then, right? So we're in this neighborhood, I'm living with my cousin, her brother, her son and her daughter are now my brother and sister, all right? And then my blood brothers, she ended up adopting them later on in life too. But before then, he tried to turn me into a soldier. We were set outside of our stoop, our neighborhood, 4505 3rd Street Southeast, right where the ice cream truck parked in front of our apartment building every day before school and every day after school. Smart as hell. That's actually where I learned how to hustle, by paying attention to the ice cream truck. I didn't look at the guys that were selling drugs. I care less about them. Or the guys that was running around with sticks, guns, trying to rob people. I didn't care about them either. I had no respect for them. Didn't want to be like them. But when I saw that ice cream truck driver park at the top of the hill, right in front of my apartment building, every single day before school and after school, I couldn't even afford to buy anything. So one thing I would do, I'd go up to him and I'd say, yo, can I clean up I wouldn't say yo, but I would say, can I clean up this trash and earn, $1 or something? And he'd be like, yeah, that's a good idea. So I wait until everybody finishes eating up their stuff, throwing their trash all over the place. And I pick up everything. He'd give me $2 and say, you can buy whatever you want. And I get whatever I want from off the truck. Long story short, my big brother, he would, because we were in the neighborhood we were in, somebody would come and just take whatever you got whenever you got it. Like, it is what it is. So he taught me how to do something that I really didn't like doing at the time. Meaning, when there was a boy walking down the street, and if he was bigger than me, but he was smaller than my big brother, but he was bigger than me, older than me, my brother would tell me to go and punch him in the face. He would tell me to go punch him in the face. And if I didn't, I had to fight my big brother. So, being that I was afraid of my big brother, I would go punch whoever in the face. Get in a fight. Sometimes I win, sometimes I lose. And I would do this for years and years and years. It got to a point where I started liking punching people in the face. I liked fighting. I liked getting into trouble. I was very small, very underestimated, but I had a heart of, I thought I was a monster. And thank God he did not bless me to be 6'2" and 250. Because if he would have made me that big, I would have overestimated my power, and I would have gotten myself into a situation where I would have been shot and killed very early. I know that for a fact. There's so many of my friends' funerals that I sung at, and that would have happened to me if it weren't for the Lord not making me big and making me think that I'm way bigger than I am, and also me finding my wife in high school, who also did not like violence. She came from a neighborhood where they shot at each other all the time. Inside of her building, people were getting shot, and she just was tired of all that. And she didn't want no roughneck dude to be dating. So I dialed that down a whole lot for her. All right. Long story short, this video I'm about to show y'all is reminiscent of my childhood. And this happened, I believe, in California. Where this streamer was outside talking to this girl, streaming. And then a group of boys walked up to him, and they tried to, G check him. They tried to, it was, you know, see what gang he was on, or what street he repped, or what side he was on. And they was really trying to test his temperature, see who he was. Now, the wild thing about this video is I was on both sides before. Like, I was the one that rolled with Cruz and did bad things, and I was also the one who rolled by myself sometimes and tried to do the right thing, and bad stuff still happened to me. Call it karma or call it whatever you want. But sometimes I was the one on the, on the short end, getting the short end of the stick, the one that was getting robbed, the one that was getting jumped. But most times I was the one that was doing the harming. And, you know what I mean? And God just continued to bless me. And, when I got into, when Facebook very first started, and I'm about to show y'all this in a minute. But when Facebook very first started, right after MySpace and Facebook started to move, the very first thing that I did on Facebook was apologize to anybody that I hurt growing up. That's the very first thing that I did. Because I really meant that from the bottom of my soul, because a child don't know why he's being accosted. A child don't know why he's being hurt or chased or jumped and all that other stuff, or robbed for no reason. Why his mom just now went out there and bought him a bike that his mother couldn't even afford. But here I am coming up to you, knocking you off the bike and taking it from you for no reason. Like, how can you explain that to your mother? And she don't have the money to move you out of the neighborhood. Like, you got to deal with this. So at this point, you got to learn how to fight for yourself. You got to join a crew, join a gang, so you not get messed with, just so you can survive the day. And then when you're old enough, then you get the hell up out of there. Well, check out this right here. This youngin', the way that he handled it was so excellent. And I have to give him my props for this. If y'all haven't seen this right here, now you're about to see it. Please do me a favor and hit that like button. I had to tell y'all a little bit about myself before showing y'all this, just to let y'all know that I relate to this guy, this young man, on all levels, man. Check this out.
It's not trying to show me. It's trying to give me the address towards. It's trying to. No, I don't gangbang, bro. No, I don't gangbang, bro.
No, I thought you was that one nigga from St-Lo that I seen on
I don't
Instagram.
gangbang.
You got
orange on too. I don't gangbang. Nah.
Nigga, I seen you on LA Hood page, bro.
Wrong nigga.
You're not from Snowbird.
I don't gangbang.
You're not from
I
Snowbird.
don't gangbang.
You sure?
I don't gangbang.
You're not from Snowbird. You're not from Snowbird. No, you're not from Snowbird. You're not from Snowbird.
Yeah, we on all niggas fuck school with flat.
He slapped you.
Who slapped you? Did you just get slapped?
I did.
You just got slapped?
Wow.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm
so
good.
sorry.
Yeah, this is LA. I'm gonna make it out there. I'm gonna be a millionaire.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. What the fuck?
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Why the fuck did they do that?
Look, karma's gonna come, and it's all good. Look,
Dude, that's not okay.
I know it's not okay, but it's all good. I'm gonna catch you though.
I'm really sorry.
It's all good.
Wait, do you want to get my Instagram?
I thought you already did.
Alright, bye. I don't know. I feel so bad. I'm gonna go to my car. Wait, I'm actually gonna cry. I can't believe that just happened. That's really upsetting. No, but he was.
Alright.
No, he was really nice though, and they just ganged up on him for nothing.
I love how sincere she is. I love how sincere she is and that she actually gives a damn. I also love how sincere the young man was. After being hit, He's talking to a girl. Think about this. He's talking to a pretty girl. He's just chilling, minding his business. His ego is super bruised. These youngins come running up on him talking about who you with, what gang you run with, what street you on. You sure you don't gang bang? You sure? You sure? He got to explain to them that he don't. One of the wild ones decide to be a sucker, slap him and run. The other guys start laughing, and then they walk away. First of all, I want to say this. Half of the guys that was in the crew, they're not even into that violent stuff. They're not even into it. They just into whatever the rest of y'all are into. We're going to snatch something. We're going to run. We're going to go get some girls. We're going to roll deep so we can look dangerous so that nobody mess with us. Most of those youngins that are together, they're only there so that they're protected. They're not there because they thugs. They're not there because they gang members. They're not there because of that. They just live in the right neighborhoods. They hang with the right people, not realizing that those same youngins that they're with are going to be the same ones that's going to stab them in the back. The same ones that's going to try to rob them one day. Same ones that's going to be down doing bad, and they're not going to help them out, and they're going to end up being killed by one of them youngins. Mark my words. Mark my words. In that crew of 13, 14 young dudes, a couple of them are going to be killed by some of the youngins that are in that same crew. It's going to happen. And it's going to be the nice ones, because most of them in that crew are the nice ones. What's wild too is most of them have mothers at home. Probably don't have fathers at home, but they have their mothers at home. That youngin got hit, man. And the whole time, he just trying to deal with it. He don't want to cry. He don't want to show any emotion. He wants to accept it as his reality, and that's unfortunate. He said, no, it's okay. It's okay. I'm going to be a millionaire. I'm gonna get out of LA. I'm going to be a millionaire. And karma is going to come around to them guys. Karma is going to come back around. He's believing that things will be set straight naturally. I don't have to do anything to them. All I have to do is stay out the way. Clearly, you don't just have to stay out the way, because guess what? He was staying out the way, talking to this young little cutie pie and doing what he do, minding his business, skateboarding, enjoying life. And they came and found him and still made him feel uncomfortable and still put their hands on him. This is sad, bro. It's sad. It's sad. And this is the life of so many people. And it will be somebody like that who's doing the right things, going to school, using his creativity to bet on himself, to potentially do better and set his family up so that they can make some money in the future, so that they can have a better future. He probably has siblings that are younger than him that he's looking out for, and all of that. And he will be the one that will end up dying prematurely and not getting out. I know a bunch of them too. That's why when me and my wife, well, we weren't married at the time, but when we were set to go to college, and I only went to college because when I was in high school, I had like a 2-point-something GPA. But I had only reason why I had a 2-point-something GPA is because I already knew that all I had to do was graduate with a 1.0 or better. And I was guaranteed 4 years at any university that was on the list that was provided to me by the system. See, the federal government, they look out for people who are in the system. If you're adopted, or if you're in some type of guardianship at a very young age, then once you're at the point where you're about to graduate from high school, if you have a 1.0, that's a D average, they will pay for you to go to a list of schools. Norfolk State University just so happened to be one of the schools that were on the list. So I set out to go to Norfolk State. My big brother already went there. He went there. He was there. He was a super senior. He was there for like 7 years. So I went there. He had an apartment out there. But I got my wife pregnant on the way there. So she was a bunch of months pregnant at that point. So I ended up having to drop out so that I can find full-time work, so I can make sure that any children that I created did not grow up the way that I grew up. And that's exactly how it happened. But I got up out of there, and I feel disconnected from my childhood friends sometimes because they have so many experiences that they've had with one another up until the ages of early 30s, where they were all, working with each other sometimes, and they was all selling drugs with each other sometimes, and they was all going to the clubs and the go-go's, taking pictures and having sex with the same girls and all this other stuff. They just shared so much, all of the fights and all of the shootings and all that stuff around the old neighborhood. They was there for each other. They was there while I was gone raising my family, while I was gone starting my family. You know what I mean? But I thank God for him. I thank God for him blessing me enough to get out of that environment, to get away. Because I believe that if I didn't get away, I wouldn't be here today talking to you guys. I promise you that. 1,000%. 1,000%. Because in those neighborhoods, you got to actually be full, like 1,000% dog, or 1,000% the opposite direction, just 1,000% nerd. You try to play it cool and just straddle the fence, you be the one end up getting robbed, getting killed, getting set up by some chicks, anything. It could be anything. And although I had the skill to be a straight dog when I wanted to, and I had those opportunities, that's why when people ask me, how was school, man? How was high school? People complain about high school all the time. For me, high school was a piece of cake. Middle school was a piece of cake. Elementary school was a piece of cake. And we're talking about the worst areas in DC. We had fun. I was one of the youngins that loved to do bad stuff and loved to be around girls. Like, that's it. Like, it wasn't nothing. And I know for a fact that had I not met my wife in the 10th grade, I wouldn't be around. I know that for a fact. So much love to this young man. Shout out to him. I hope he get everything that the Lord has for him. This youngin handled it like a G. You handled that like a young man. Like you didn't buck down. You didn't bow down to them youngins. Like when they came over to you and swarmed you, they probably was hoping that you'll run. And had he swung back, that would have been a reason for them to do something to him. That would have been a reason for all of them to jump on him. And he knew that. Very smart youngin. And he does have heart. Some people probably look at this and be like, man, he handled it like a B. Nah, he didn't. That youngin, he handled this very well. And I'm proud of him. I don't even know him, but I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him. Yeah, I'm proud of this youngin right here. This drink got me a little, got my eyes sweating a little bit, man. Yeah, this drink got my eyes sweating a little bit. Let me go ahead and move on to another story right quick. A rapper by the name of 4 Extra. This dude right here, his hand blew off. He blew off one of his hands, his left or right hand, one of them, from playing with damn cherry bombs, playing with explosives on 4th of July. Just so y'all know, this guy right here, let me see if I can find something for y'all so y'all can see exactly who I'm talking about, man. Because this dude right here, all he does all day long before his hand blew off, all he does all day long is ask is want to fight people. That's all he want to do. That's all he want to do is fight people. All he want to do is just is what he call hold on 1 second. I will show y'all a picture, but I don't want y'all to see this. It might go against the community guidelines of YouTube, but they actually have a picture of his hand online. And his hand looked like raw hamburger meat. It looked like raw hamburger meat with a thumb on it. Like if you put a thumb on the side of some raw hamburger meat, that's what his hand looked like. Yeah. So he's always going around asking if he can fight people. He wants to he always want to box people. He always talk about how he goes to prison and beat up everybody. Here he is right here. Let me show y'all a little video of him right quick, just so y'all can know exactly who I'm talking about. But he's just known for always wanting to just fight everybody. Like this is just him.
You see my bone is over here?
Whoa.
You see my bone?
Do you need surgery?
Yeah, I got to, but I didn't do it in there. You see it? It's out of place.
Oh, you can't squabble no more.
Yeah, he's fainting. I'm the dead homies. I'm squabbling.
I don't think so.
I ain't making no motherfucking excuse. Off the back, I'ma sock you. I'm the dead homie. But you see my bone is over here?
So basically what he's saying in this video is that he didn't fought so much that that he has completely injured his hand and he can't fight anymore. And this guy right here, Turtle Guy, he is the last guy that he was supposed to have been fighting, and all this other stuff. And he has been not wanting to fight 4Extra because 4Extra is crazy. 4Extra always tells stories about, I mean, he walk around with an ankle bracelet on right now. He has on an ankle bracelet. That's just so he can be monitored by the police wherever he goes. He can't leave state lines or anything like that without permission from his parole officer. But apparently this is what he does a lot. He gets arrested. He goes in there. He fights. He gets back out. He talks Sugar Honey Iced Tea, brags about being arrested, brags about all the people who he beat up when he was inside of prison. And then he just go and live his life again, rap, do podcasts, make money, get arrested again, so forth and so on. It repeats itself. It repeats itself. And then on the over 4th of July, he decided to play with some daggone explosives and blew his hand off. His whole daggone hand is gone. So yeah. Yeah. So we wish you well, brother. Thoughts and prayers to 4Extra. Thoughts and prayers to 4Extra. All right. For anybody I may have offended today in today's live stream, I usually say I don't care, but I do care. And I'm gonna stop saying I don't care because I actually do care. I actually do care. My intention is never to offend anybody, never to be disrespectful. So if I do offend you, that was not my intention. All right. Okay. We've gotten over that. Also, I want to say thank you guys so much for everybody that's considered being an LFR family content creator, joining forces with me and the rest of our crew and allowing me to teach you a couple of things about this content creation thing. If you're one of those people that's looking into getting into content creation, do it now. Right now is the best time to do it. Okay. I'm not saying that you have to work with me. I'm saying that it's the best time to get into it. Whether you're in your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, your 60s, and probably even your 70s, if you're able to do content creation at that point. But I mean it when I say it. You have a story that needs to be told. I had the opportunity to go over my, we went over to our cousin Carell house to celebrate my Aunt Shern's, my wife's aunt, her mom's oldest daughter that's still alive. I mean, oldest sister that's still alive. we celebrated her birthday on the 4th of July. Her birthday is the 4th of July. So we're over there, got a lot of food and everything, family. And I'm hanging out with Uncle Ernest, her husband, on the deck. And his daughters are the ones that's doing all the cooking and all that other stuff. And I'm just rapping to him for hours. And he's telling me about his life, and he's giving me a story. And some parts of his story, obviously, he got to look over his shoulder before he tell me some of it, because he don't want anybody else to hear it, just me. And I'm just thinking, man, the story that he shared with me on that deck is better than most movies and TV series that I have seen on Netflix, Amazon Prime, on Paramount, on Peacock, you name it. Like, his story is remarkable. And it's not special, meaning that it's better than anybody else's story. It's just a phenomenal story that I wish he would tell either on a podcast, in a book, or hopefully somebody makes a movie about him. But at the end of the day, I will say this. If your children were to tell their story about you from their periphery, from their vantage points, it would be a hit. You may not look at yourselves as this great individual or this different person that's so phenomenal and this and so funny and so just this character that should be sought after in Hollywood. Nor should you be. It's Hollywood. Hollywood is weird. But in real life, you have a story to be told. If you don't tell your story, somebody should. All right? The whole purpose behind content creation is not to be all dancing and singing, to be all hyped up and try to sell a story that does not exist and never did. It's not about being imaginative and creative and trying to make up something that would appease your viewers and your listeners. What it's all about is your authenticity. It's about letting people know that I have character and I have integrity. And these are the things that I went through, I've gone through. And when you think about this, it's the word through that we need to focus on, because the fact that you've gone through it means that you have some experience and some wisdom and some strength that was gained throughout the process of you defeating whatever stronghold that you had to deal with at the time. It could have been a sickness. It could have been you just raising your children. It could have been you going after your career and trying to save up to build a house, or getting your family out of debt, or facing certain downfalls in your life and not giving up and still letting your children know, I got your back regardless. If we don't have anything, if we don't have two nickels to rub together, you still got me and I got you. We're going to be family no matter what. If you have children, they're my children now. Like, my grandchildren are my children. My great-grandchildren are my children. Like, my nieces, my nephews, I got y'all. You have some remarkable stories. You've looked out for people. You've helped so many others. Even with your ideas, your advice, your ear, being an ear to people, like, you've helped so many. And if you were to tell your story the way that you wanted to be told, trust me, you could benefit off of that. Also, you can create a book by telling your story, and you can start selling that. Who am I to be selling my story? It's nothing special about me. That's the same thing for everybody that's writing books on Amazon. Everybody don't have to be this super billionaire or super wealthy or extremely highly educated, graduated from Cornell, then Princeton, then Harvard, and worked next to the president, and this idiot savant. You don't have to be all those things. Regular people, regular stories is what we watch on a daily basis. Think of the last series you watched on Netflix or Hulu. Think about it. It wasn't about anybody exceptional. It was about a random ass story of it had a plot. It had some people in it to run the plot and just create that vision in your mind so that you can connect with it. And that was it. And you watched the entire thing, and you went on to another and another and another. All I'm saying is don't give up on yourselves. Learn this social media stuff. This isn't going anywhere. It wasn't here when we were younger, but it's here now. AI is getting stronger and stronger and stronger. It will benefit you. It will behoove all of us to take a moment out of our time, play around with Chat GPT, play around with Perplexity, play around with Claude AI, play around with Microsoft Edge, because they got their own in Microsoft Edge. Play around with Notion. Like, it's all of these social media, all of these AIs that we need to start learning and just typing things in and seeing what happens. Like, you need to train your robot starting today, because that's what AI is. And once you start communicating with it, it never forgets your last conversation. Start learning how to use it. Start learning how it could potentially benefit you. I don't know anything about this technology. All this stuff is foreign to me. I usually get my children or my grandchildren to help me out with it. Well, stop being so dependent on them. Let them teach you 1 or 2 times, and then you take it from there. Because one thing you can't say is that you don't know your way around technology. We all have one of these in our pocket or our purses or on a stand or on a table near us. And this right here is a machine, is a computer. It's no longer just a phone that dials in and accepts calls and sends out texts. It's actually a computer. You don't have any excuses. Also, if you don't know how to do any editing or anything like that, keep it real. Just keep it a buck. Just be as calm as possible. Go sit in your daggone car and record yourself giving some advice. Some type of advice. Record yourself changing some brake pads, men. Record yourself changing out a daggone wall receptacle, a light switch. Record yourself unclogging a daggone toilet or a sink. Record yourself just talking about life and how it's affected and impacted you and your family. Record yourself talking to your younger self. What would you say to your 20-year-old self? I'm sure you would say a lot. Also, you don't have to be an expert to teach anybody anything. You don't. Only thing you have to do is be on page 4, and you can teach everybody that's on page 1, 2, and 3. Think about that. There's some things that you are well versed on that you believe that since you don't have a certificate to back it, that you're not intelligent enough or you don't have the credentials to pass that information down to somebody else. And that is not the truth. You just need to be a couple pages ahead of someone in order to teach someone that's behind you. That's it. It's just reaching back and saying, hey, this is going to be an equation on this page that might trick you a little bit, might get you a little bit tricked up. But if you do this, this, and this, it's going to help you out a lot. You're welcome. And keep it moving. But you can monetize that. Like it's at a point right now where we can't really depend on jobs and other people to bail us out. At this point, we got to start digging into our bag and realize what we're great at and how we can help people out with that greatness, or figure out what we're just good at and other people are not good at that thing. We can't just assume that everybody's good at or knowledgeable about the things that we're knowledgeable about or good at. That's not the case. The Lord blessed us all with our own unique gifts and talents. Unique, meaning that only you have those gifts and talents. You can pass those down to other people. And you can do it for a fee. And the reason why I would say do it for a fee is because when you just give somebody something, they're not going to appreciate it the way that they would if they were to purchase it. You don't have to get rich off of it. I just want you to know that you can make something from it. Grab them jars, start loading it up with your oil, and sell that oil. Only thing you need is a couple of empty jars. These are all biblical principles. If you bury your talents, you will be chastised for that. You will be punished for that. Where are most talents and gifts right now? They're in a graveyard. Most people pass away with all their gifts and their talents, and they've never even used them. Why? Because all they were doing was following social norms, believing that this is what will get me out of whatever situation that I'm in. This is what will get me to the next level. This is how I'm supposed to live. I will be judged if I'm using my gifts. I will be judged if I'm using my talents. So what? Those people that you're thinking about being judged by, they don't have a heaven nor hell to put you in. And the only people you should consider being judged by are the people who have opportunities for you. Like if they have actual opportunities for you, yeah, I'm gonna concern myself with you judging me or concern myself with how you feel about me. But other than that, I can care less. The thing is, we all want to be too cool. We don't want our family to know what we're doing. We don't want our friends to know what we're doing. But then when we get to a certain age, we don't even have the same family and friends that we once had. The family that we were once all concerned about being in our business, we don't even talk to them anymore. The friendships that we once had, something else happened, and we're no longer even friends with them. The co-workers that we once had, we grew over, we went to another job. We don't even talk to them anymore. Why are you hiding from people? You're hiding from yourself. Put yourself out there. Figure out what your oil is. Figure out what your oil is. Spend some time trying to figure out what is my oil. I know I write a lot. I say a lot of scripture. I'm great at praying. I'm great at maintaining a clean house. I'm great at showing love to my husband or my wife. My children call me, and we still have a great relationship after all these years. Y'all don't realize that that's a gift. There are many people out here that don't have any relationship whatsoever with their children at all. And if you do, that's something to write about. That's something to teach people about. That's something to not brag about, but you got some gold, you got some gems in there that you can pass down to somebody else who don't have the same privilege as you to speak to their children on a daily basis or weekly basis, monthly basis, annual basis. Like some people won't even bring their children to see their parents. Like people know that they have grandkids somewhere, but they never see them because the child grew up with some type of disdain for their parent and they don't bring their own children around. All I'm saying, guys, is you all have something to offer. You all have something to teach somebody. You all have something to provide, some value to give to this world. Don't keep it all bottled up, especially if you got bills. If you got bills, you need to be more creative with your gifts and your talents. If you got strongholds, you need to be more creative with your gifts and your talents. Just see if you can make a red cent from your gifts. Just 1 red cent. If you can make 1, you can make 5. There are people out here who know how to make cupcakes very well. Whenever we're having a family function, we always call this person to make the mac and cheese. We always call this person to make the beans. We always call this person to make the greens or to make the chicken or to make this or to make that or to make the juice or to make the punch. And when people realize that, they say, wait a minute. If my family love it and they won't lie to me, they think that what I do is great, I'm going to go ahead and try to see if I can make some money with this. That's why little kids start their daggone lemonade stands. They start their lemonade stands and you be like, oh, that's so cute. How much for a cup of lemonade? They be like $0.25. You be like, okay, baby, I'm going to give you $0.25. Matter of fact, take 2. I'm going to give you a tip. And we think it's cute when we're kids, we do it. Why do we stop doing that when we're adults? We think we're too good for it. Like we were having the people that's in restaurants right now or got their own drinks and foods and sauces inside of stores. They started from somewhere. They was making sauces and for years for their own family at barbecues. And people always complimented them on that sauce. When people compliment you, they're also speaking to you from God, the heart of the Lord. Like when people say something nice and encouraging and inspirational to you, that's coming from God. Think about it. All things that are good is from the Lord. You take that and you be like, wait a minute, I didn't receive it. People always compliment me on my barbecue sauce. I'm going to see if I can sell this in the store. Holy crap. I'm selling it in Walmart. I'm selling it in the grocery stores now. It all starts from somewhere. We got to start believing ourselves more than other people believe in us. And you know that happens when we're watching over our sons, our daughters, our grandkids. We see nothing but possibilities in them. We see nothing but greatness and light and love in them. And that's what we support. And whenever they say something bad about themselves, we say, no, don't you say that. We say, no, don't you say that. You can do anything you put your mind to. But when we look in the mirror, we don't have that same attitude. Why is that? I'll tell you why. It's because we look at life. We don't look at life the right way. We don't have the connection with God that we should have. We done lied to ourselves so much that we no longer trust even ourselves. How have we lied to ourselves? By saying, I'm going to start working out every day after the New Year's. I'm going to start eating right after the New Year's. I'm going to start drinking all water. I'm going to stop drinking liquor. I'm going to stop smoking weed. I'm going to stop smoking cigarettes. I'm going to stop going to this place. I'm going to stop calling this person. I'm going to stop. And we always do what we say we're going to stop doing. So we stop believing in ourselves. Why? Because we are the only people in our lives that has heard every single lie we've ever told. And usually when somebody lied to us, we stop trusting them. And since we have heard every lie that we have ever told to others and ourselves, we stop trusting ourselves. We stop trusting our abilities. We start any little thing we're given. We're so appreciative of it. And that's not how we should live. We should dictate the fullness of our life. That's all. I just want us to start seeing how abundant we can be if we continue to put our faith in God. And we start realizing that we are created in God's image. So anything that is of God, we are small representations of that. God is not a man that he should lie. God is not stupid. God is not slow. God is not mean. God is not lazy. God can do all things. You can do all things, right? So whenever you say, I'm so stupid, I'm so lazy, I'm so a negative word, fill in the blank, whatever negative word you want to fill in, you're lying. You're saying that God is a liar whenever you do that. I just wanted to put that on your mind. For anybody that's considering doing content creation, make sure you reach out to me so I can help guide you in your journey. All right. If you want help, if you don't want help, I will say this. You can do it all yourself just by going to YouTube University. YouTube has answers to whatever you want. Just type it in. How do I start a channel? Starting a channel for dummies. Starting a channel 101. How to do a banner. How to do an avatar, how to do a thumbnail, how to edit a video, how to make this pretty, how to make that pretty, how to add words, how to do a reaction, how to do this. There's going to be an abundance of videos that will pop up of content creators that want you to watch their videos, and they will teach you whatever you want to know for free. All I ask of you is, if you set down that road, if you go down that path, whatever you ask of YouTube, please do it while you're listening to the instruction. If the video is on starting the channel, I want you to have started that channel by the time that video is done. If the video is about creating the thumbnail, I want you to have created that thumbnail by the time that video is done. Don't just watch it on Monday and then say, man, I've been thinking about doing this and it's now Thursday or it's Friday or it's Saturday. And you're saying, man, I watched that video on Monday. I was going to do it, but I never got a chance to it. Yeah, you did have a chance. You saying that you didn't have a chance is an excuse. It's an excuse, and you know it's an excuse. You're giving yourself an out to not move forward in your own greatness. You need to stop that. Y'all are phenomenal individuals together and by yourself. But you don't need somebody else to do it. Everybody's saying, oh, I want to start a podcast, but I don't want to do it by myself. My friend said that they're going to start it with me. My sister says she's going to start it with me, but her schedule is all over the place. So I'm just waiting for her to get right. So let's stop all of that. If you want to start a podcast, you start it now. And when your friend or your sister, your brother, whoever else wants to join you, they will join you on episode 13, 14, 15, 22, 58. It don't matter. You started. That way, when they join you, you have something to teach them. You have something that you've learned. You've gotten over some humps at that point. You know what I mean? This thing is not rocket science. But one thing I will say is this. YouTubers are making doctor and lawyer money. Streamers are making basketball player money. You start from one point and you stay consistent, you could reach bounds, heights that you've never even thought you can reach. Heights that you've never thought you can reach. When me and JoJo very first started doing reactions, I told JoJo, I said, man, I just want to make $2,000 a month so that I can take care of the mortgage and help out mom a lot more, because I was working full time. I was doing good. I was just in debt, just like anybody else. I was in debt. I didn't know how to use a credit card. I was all over the place with it. I was in debt. I had to take care of that. But I need some more money to come in so I can square some things away. I said, I just want to make $2,000 a month, bring in $2,000 extra dollars. And I said, that's a possibility. At that point, I was bringing in like $500 on YouTube. The reason why I knew it was a possibility, because at first I wasn't making a thing from YouTube. I said, if I can make 500, I can make 2,000. The most I've ever made in 1 month on YouTube was close to $80,000 in 1 month. Blew my mind. And there's nothing that great about me. Well, that's a lie. I think I'm great. I think I'm absolutely phenomenal. I think I'm the most handsome man in the building. I think I'm smart. I think I'm funny. I think I'm empathetic. I listen well. I communicate properly. I have some integrity. Like, I've built up my character. I love the Lord. I look at myself with nothing but positivity. That's a lie. Sometimes I look at myself with the negative stuff. Sometimes when I record myself, I see nothing but my crooked teeth and I would delete the video. Sometimes I will take a selfie for my thumbnail and I'd be like, whoa, bro, that's not your angle right there. That's not a good look at all. And I delete it. Never do it. Sometimes I want to go live, but I just don't feel like it because I've seen somebody else go live and they did a crazy, amazing numbers. And the last time I went live, my numbers sucked and I don't want to be embarrassed. Those things bog us down, but that's nothing but Satan trying to hold us back. When we live in the fullness of God and we realize that we were born and shaped by Him, the Creator, man, we will move with so much vigor. with so much confidence, nothing can hold us back. So when I coach people, I just want you to know this. When I coach people, it's not necessarily about putting all of the knowledge in your head of what happens on social media. It's making sure that you get across that finish line and so that you believe in yourself. Coaching is something that I'm very familiar with. I've coached basketball. I've been a leader in many ministries. I've put myself out there. I've sang at many funerals, off key, pitchy, not sounding like an American Idol, but it wasn't about my talent. It was about my contribution. It was about my heart. It was about me using my gifts in the way that I know how to use my gift, not trying to be like anybody else. I no longer compare myself to anybody else. When I don't compare myself to anybody else, bro, I'm flying. I'm flying high. Because there is nothing to meet. Like, I'm just myself. And I think I'm a cool guy. And I'm becoming an even better coach. So if you want to do content creation, we have a YouTube course inside of the descriptions, very first link. Check it out. All right. And if you're looking for somebody to help you with editing, thumbnailing, and all that other stuff, and you want to work with me one-on-one so I can help you get over whatever hump that you're in, reach out to me with VIP. I will say VIP is a little pricey. So most people choose group coaching. But if you're at a point in your life where you can afford VIP, then it's definitely worth it. All right. Love y'all. I'll see y'all in the next one. Hopefully I didn't talk your daggone ear off. Y'all are absolutely phenomenal. Continue to believe in yourselves. Say something nice about yourself next time you cross a mirror. And continue to give God all praise, glory, and honor for simply his grace and his mercy. His grace and his mercy. That way you don't have to thank him for the money in your pocket if you don't have any. You don't have to thank him for your car if it's not driving right or if it's not the car you always wanted. You ain't got to thank him for your hubby or your wife if things aren't going well in your relationship. All I will say is thank God for his grace and for his mercy. And then you can go from there. All right? If you want to take it a step further, thank the Lord for that roof over your head. Want to take it a step further? Thank him for the water that's running through your pipes. The blood flowing warm through your veins, your health, your mind. You've been able to walk by yourself, talk by yourself. You're not laid up in a hospital bed right now. There's so many things to thank the Lord for. It's crazy. The list goes on and on. We can be here forever talking about the goodness of God. But that's not what I'm about to do. I love y'all, man. I'll see y'all in the next live stream. Thank you to all my blues just for being remarkable, holding down the fort. Y'all are so dope. And thank you, everyone, for the prayers for my big sister. And shout out to everyone who has believed in us as we've done our thing. We've learned to move forward. And yeah, I look forward to working with you guys. All right. So make sure y'all reach out to me. I'll see y'all in the next one. Love you. And whoa. And thank you to everybody that went the extra mile and sent over a super sticker, a super chat. Thank you so much. People who buy me coffees. Thank you so much. People who purchased the course over the weekend. Thank you so much. We have 120 people inside of our Facebook group now. That just continues to grow. And for everybody that's in the coaching group, I'll see you guys at 11:30 a.m. this morning and 8 p.m. EST this evening. Okay. That's if I'm not at the hospital picking up my sister, because I don't know yet. I'm still waiting. I'm on hurry up and wait status. Okay. That's pretty much it. Do I have anything else? Yeah, I talked enough. See y'all next time. Love you. We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week. And you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace.